This video explores the real-life story of Laci Peterson, a young woman whose life was cut tragically short, leaving behind questions, heartbreak, and a story that still resonates years later. Viewer discretion is advised. At first glance, Laci Peterson's life seemed like a dream in progress. She was 27 years old, vibrant, and loved by her family and friends. She was married to Scott Peterson, who worked as a fertilizer salesman, and they were expecting their first child, a baby boy named Connor. Friends described Laci as kind, outgoing, and full of energy, always planning for the future with hope and excitement. Her marriage, at least from the outside, appeared normal. Neighbors saw them as a happy couple preparing to welcome their child. But as time would reveal, not everything was as it seemed. Scott Peterson, her husband, was living a secret life. While Laci focused on preparing for motherhood, Scott had begun an affair with a woman named Amber Frey, who worked as a massage therapist. Shockingly, he told Amber that he was a widower and that his wife had passed away. He painted a picture of a man grieving for his late spouse, preparing to move on, all while Laci was very much alive and in the final stages of her pregnancy. On December 24, 2002, Laci Peterson went missing. Scott told authorities that he had gone fishing that morning in the San Francisco Bay and returned home to discover that Laci had not returned from a walk with the family dog. Her sudden disappearance sparked alarm in the community. Neighbors, family members, and volunteers launched searches, and candlelight vigils were held across Modesto, California. But investigators quickly noticed unusual behavior. Scott's reactions were odd. He appeared calm and detached, showing little visible grief. He continued contacting Amber Frey, maintaining his lie about Laci's death, even as the search for his pregnant wife gained national attention. His actions raised immediate red flags for law enforcement. Eventually, Amber realized the truth and went to the authorities. She cooperated fully, providing recorded phone conversations that revealed Scott's lies. Public perception shifted almost instantly. The grieving husband image was replaced with suspicion and outrage. Months passed, and hope began to fade. Then, in April 2003, human remains were discovered along the shoreline of the San Francisco Bay, the same area where Scott had claimed to have been fishing on the day Laci disappeared. Investigators confirmed that the remains belonged to Laci Peterson and her unborn son, Connor. The community was shocked, devastated, and horrified by the tragic outcome. Soon after, Scott Peterson was arrested. At the time of his arrest, he was carrying large amounts of cash and multiple forms of identification, which led investigators to believe he might have been preparing to flee. From that point on, Scott became the central figure in one of the most publicized criminal trials in modern American history. The trial began in 2004 and quickly captured national attention. Prosecutors presented a case built around several key points: Scott's affair with Amber Frey, and the lies he told her while Laci was missing, the timing and location of Laci's disappearance, Scott's inconsistent statements, and suspicious behavior. The prosecution argued that Scott murdered Laci in order to free himself from marital responsibility and continue his affair without consequences. They painted a portrait of a man living a double life, hiding his darkest actions beneath a calm exterior. The defense, meanwhile, maintained that there was no direct evidence linking Scott to the crime. They suggested alternative possibilities, including a random abduction by an unknown individual. Despite these arguments, the jury found Scott guilty of first-degree murder for Laci Peterson and second-degree murder for Connor Peterson. Initially, Scott Peterson was sentenced to death. Years later, his sentence was overturned and replaced with life without parole, but the conviction remains in place to this day. The Laci Peterson case remains deeply haunting for several reasons. It exposed how appearances can be misleading, how secrets can destroy lives, and how trust, once broken, can have devastating consequences. The betrayal, the lies, and the devastating loss of both Laci and her unborn son touched the hearts of people around the world. Even now, questions linger. How could someone appear so normal on the outside, while hiding such dark intentions? Could the tragedy have been prevented, and what lessons remain for families, communities, and society as a whole? While Scott Peterson maintains his innocence, the evidence and timeline presented in court painted a starkly different picture. For many, the case serves as a chilling reminder that evil can hide behind ordinary lives and that vigilance and awareness are crucial in every community. If carefully told true crime stories intrigue you, and you want to explore cases that reveal deeper truths without exaggeration or sensationalism, you are in the right place. Here on Shadow Tales, we bring you stories that leave a lasting impact, cases that continue to haunt, educate, and provoke reflection long after the headlines fade. If this video held your attention, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new story. And share your thoughts in the comments. What part of the Laci Peterson case stood out to you the most, and what questions remain unanswered in your mind?